haven't finished it.
Ink is personal.
This actually came to me in a dream.
The design, the inspiration, the symbolism. For tattoo artist Big Dave Kanoy, it's art that not only takes skill and a steady hand, it takes time. How many hours total would you say you've been under Dave's needle?
Over 50.
All his design.
It's a piece and a moment that's been in the making for much longer than that.
10, 15 years ago, you never would have imagined.
Knowing what I knew about him then, not a chance. I honestly didn't think he'd get out of prison, to be honest. When people get in trouble and they do that and then they realize it and they take that opportunity to change their life and actually truly change their life, how can you not want to be around that?
I really never saw this life as even a possibility. At 17, my parents kicked me out. Drugs and alcohol became a huge part of my life and a huge part of my everyday coping methods, and eventually got me to manufacturing meth.
Jinxed was a newly minted member of the Narcotics Task Force when Kanoy was at the height of his meth game.
I knew him when he was in that other life. That's a good way to put it.
Eventually, Jinxed units started catching up with Kanoy.
Everybody around me ended up getting arrested, and I finally turned myself in just because I wanted to start over. I didn't want to run anymore.
He pleaded guilty to marijuana possession and spent about 2 years behind bars.
I'm still that same person and just aimed in a direction that works.
In 2006, Kanoy opened his own tattoo shop.
I have been fortunate enough to build relationships with several bands. I've tattooed on Joe Buck and David Freeze, and I just went down and tattooed on some of Dave Chappelle's camp.
I've waited for this all my life.
I got to film a TV show myself and called Tattoos and Turnpikes, and had offers for several television networks.
He's most proud of organizing a free annual community festival, the Ink Spot Block Party. It's where Jinxed and Kanoy reconnected, this time on the right side of the law.
Some of the guys I know from up there said, hey, Dave's actually tattooing, this is kind of what he's doing, and this, that, and the other, and it took me a minute, I won't lie.
Back then, the police were the enemy.
Traditionally, people that go through that don't want to necessarily deal with cops ever again.
That was then, this is now.
He's probably the best human being that I know, hands down.
For the Iteam, Christine Byers, 5 on your side.